must be disregarded. Mumbongu as totally something that must not even be listened to. I didn't make us, sir, because when you're making such a public interviewer, you have to make sure, say, whatever statements are will be canon, it is fair, it is accurate, it does not discriminate, and lastly, it will not raise the issue of defamation.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Breaking news. Lawyer B, I didn't say me about tuga. Even lawyer, Mawena Alote. Also, so Odo Broni sue Adwoa Sasa. I interview no koye o Germany. Oni mami Akosua Serwah interview no koye. Eso to me sue. Eso to me no kokod. We me body to.
Ana Ashanti Queen ya. Ede na no nsenkekan ne na ne ntrosem no. Ode ba ye se ana ogigi sika mani. Ye kohwe mu no. Na yi sika no ogigi ekoma mama China.
You had no business even interviewing one person. Because you know the system, how it operates. You advise people on the Delay Show that if you were to come into this world again, you would advise anybody that the person should not marry a man who has baby mamas. And you do this?
Also, so then no kokod sue for defamation. This is I interview no koye. We put any man say. High court verdict, a judgment if you come see by. Once I court. Also, both Odo Broni and Mami Akosua Serwah. So how can you stand somewhere and say, this is Lumbe's wife? This is so and so. I think I can say this is one of Lumbe's wife, and I be bisa.
Timliga, any money. Mo be bresse and say mo amre. Mo Timligas no. Mo be breo. Mi mo mudia. Na mo be bre.
In some adaje, a lawyer and in some area to me did hey for 7 Ghana TV now, but your social video. Yeah, did be my number one. Subscribe to my channel. Why? I'm Brassini need him. Oh, dear, who here? Click the subscription button, so mammy. Who we are notification bell. Click the sumami, Annie. Na alert, Ebano. Video I'm the betting when you alert no. It also been but your share mammy. Social media platforms, and be me will be me bonito. Lawyer and some more the kind or the abitu and unwedding power. I know that pa. O sit girl interview no ko and nya na yakun awie na fe no ba be so de aguma na. But your TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X. Ni na media grow 7 Ghana TV. DM use one 7 Ghana TV. Na lawyer ma wona ekasa no say interview no ko very despicable, very degrading and demeaning say Odo Broni na watena lumba ho. Ahwe lumba e ma na ewu ato ne sele so no. You go and have and conduct an interview with one of the wives and portray, say, you call one or you loom by repe. Also, David, na asem way by into Kwajum gigi. Where was Adwoa? Where was he? Now, I interview no a bogus. People we should disregard it. It sounds enya some papa. Enya some papa be no come Mami Akosua Serwah ko kan say, I'm here with that Lumbe's wife. If you come in here, akwakofa 19 kojo ho pictures and the aba. Nanka na esenka Adwoa sa no obisa Mami Akosua Serwah ho brase won say mami mpacho obetimi the last year current pictures nso dey aba na ebi ni ho because say me kan earlier video no yes mami only obi na ho am fan message kum number 2 only lumba ntematete number 3 ne mani nim no kre ti no matwe omo ho omo pese omo di omo amechi in Germany. I learned somewhere say in Germany you don't inherit your friend's enemy or you don't inherit somebody's enemy. It's as one day those enemies in code could become friends and you become a third person. Anytime a man actually Kevin Bagan or Koye, you want pictures, new videos, you be say AI, you be saying AI, it's none of my business. What matters is justice not show up and go for certificate in by way and yaka certain thing. Certificate in you know umbra bunting and be pagana for chow. Because we break our relationship, or because we hate Odo Broni, we hate Akosua Serwah, knowing very well so we need papa ni ho, we need buy my food for net ho. Into kuna no be heading. How can you claim say we are but we need buy my food for net ho? Now we know lawyer and say they share before by Akokwan say oh you know Akwakofa Calvin picture be na Lumbe ni trim say this is the only and the rightful heir to Lumbe's access asset properties thrown a debe. One I bet you the obedi obi ade. I can memu na I can remember mu. They be ameka me menya asante because once lumba case na kwakwa ya asante kakra what you say Odo Broni yekwu Akosua Serwah ya asante ba me ya kani e na oba kan tribe no so ethnic group na dey na tetalo similar differences baby man e be geographical location na it change name but the way we do our things no when you come to the Akan ethnic group we are matrilineal we go to the mother side it is a bema wu a ni nua ba ne ba eye na offer ase na di na de enye ne ba na di na de obetimi aka na we mu se owu a ne ba na take charge of ne bibia o but e ba na mamemu de a ye di na offer ase na be di ade ena na offer ase be di ade a eno nkyere se obeji papa ne japa ne wo fe japa de o ye fa se se de kofilumba be di lumba de eno nkyere se oba beji lumba japa de dabi de lumba aka won e we mu tete na mrane nte se ene enti lawyer ma wena say de sa adwa sa akoye e bufusem say you want to pitch camp na ntokwa ne jina de na one fast answer me you am betu ya ntokwa na wuyi obi etwaso obi ati ne be edwe no e na efe de wo san wo de petrol kogu jade mu ana na then obenya wo is it for trends and now say don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I say video content here or the pictures. Subscribe my as you watch this video. Subscribe to my channel, my bread. Subscribe to my channel. Now click the notification bell and say I'm Brazilian need more. With the share video, I know I am the mama. Now share video, now send in your comments. Let's grow this channel together. You like my videos, tell a friend about 7 Ghana TV, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, baby, I media grow home. If your lawyer need anyway, I made the video for me to edit so some. Nyabre na feeling na who the air koso. E wo krum ham. I friend Ghana. Bidini be Hayford. Bye bye.
Must be disregarded. Mumbongu as totally something that must not even be listened to. Adentina make us because when you're making such a public interviewer, you have to make sure, say, whatever statements are will be canon, it is fair, it is accurate, it does not discriminate, and lastly, it will not raise the issue of defamation. Now, under Article 17 of the 1992 Constitution, it comes about equality before the law and freedom from discrimination. Wo Adwoa, you flew all the way from London. Epejina, Germany. Ekatre say you've come to Germany to come and interview Mami Akosua Serwah. But then you said you are interviewing Mrs. Mami Akosua Serwah Fosu, the wife of Daddy Lumba. Again, Uka say you are going to you are doing it because you like to do good. I listen to you. Now, before the law, the high courts of Ghana, can say there are 2 legal customary wives, Mami Akosua Serwah and Odo Broni. So when you come here and you do not interview Odo Broni and refer to her as also the wife of Daddy Lumba, is that equality before the law? Certainly not. You are discriminating against Odo Broni by referring to only one of the customary wives as the wife of Daddy Lumba. You are not giving an accurate legal interpretation. Yenye high courts aka. That is even what disrespecting our courts ewo Ghana ha. Because want to meet now with Germany ho and can say there is Mrs. Mami Akosua Serwah Fosu as the wife of Daddy Lumba. Our courts, like I say, there are 2 legal wives. What was the essence of that statement? Now, what about Article 21 of the same 1992 Constitution? It talks about freedom of speech. But that freedom of speech is subject to the freedoms of other persons. Ubet's not in this media, so now Oka Sanyama say, you want to show pictures, Kofa 19 Kujuho, pictures, 1770 pictures, ebetre that the lumba or kumbi the hair of Neba.
Calvin, now I can say he is the heir. Who determines the heir to the estate of Daddy Lumba? But our courts. So that is the second issue that I want to discuss. You have no business and no legal rights to determine who is the heir to the estate of Daddy Lumba, because their Wills Act, Eka said, if a person dies and leaves a will, or who must inherit him or her. So nipa na nya will, it falls under intestacy, and so the Interstate Succession Law, PNDC Law 111, deals with sana esayenche neniama ensifa. So who gave you that legal right to come and sit here and tell us who is the heir? You determine who is the heir? Please. You can't do that at all. Because is Calvin the only child of Daddy Lumba? That he is the daddy, you are showing those pictures to show that Daddy Lumba was not only a legend, but he was also a father. Haven't we also seen videos of Daddy Lumba being a father to all his children he had with Odo Broni? Haven't we seen him standing by his catfish pond with his last born? That he's showing him how he tends to his fish pond? So what are you trying to prove? What chaos? What disrespect are you giving our courts? What is the relevance of this, your interview that you had? Referring to Mami Akosua Serwah as the wife of DL is something that is very, very defamatory to Odo Broni if she wants to take you on, because that is not the true picture, and that can even make people, reasonable thinking people, can even question her status and even think that and even make her lose respect before people, that she's not even a legal wife, and she can even sue you for defamation. So 3 things are here. There are 2 customary wives, so you had no business talking about referring to one person as the legal wife, and that alone, even in itself, is defamatory. And you have no legal business determining who is the heir. For someone who married a man who had several baby mamas, and there's talk all over the place that apart from the several baby mamas, there are also a lot of adulterous relationships that your husband is involved in. You should know better that you had no business even interviewing one person, because you know the system, how it operates. You advise people on the Delay Show that if you were to come into this world again, you would advise anybody that the person should not marry a man who has baby mamas. And you do this, you go interviewing one wife when there is another legal wife. Why didn't you interview her as well? 1 year has passed. It has been celebrated. We have all moved on, and we are still moving on. Let's sleep in those lies and stop chasing clout and resurrecting old wounds and things that are not important anymore. You have never disrespected, according to you, you've never disrespected any of those baby mamas. So this interview you granted, are you not disrespecting Odo Broni? Let's sleep in those lies. Then when people come after you, you do not understand the legal implications of your interview that should be just thrown into the gutter, but rather you come and try to justify that you are trying to do good. Why didn't you do good to your own marriage? Why didn't you look sharp in your eye and not end up with a man who has several baby mamas? So you can't do that to your own marriage, but you are here doing good to somebody's marriage. When the Bible says that remove what is in your eye before going to remove other people's own, you are one of those people that he was speaking to. Stop chasing clout, and remember that legally this interview you granted is of no use and must be disregarded. Have a good afternoon.
Ana Ashanti Queen ya ede na no nsenkekan ne ntrosem no ode ba ye se ana ogigi sika mani ye kohwe mu no na yi sika no ogigi ekoma Mama China. According to Mama China epia bontin no so wa mani 5,000 ni confirm that 5,000 it 5,000 no eno ne sika mudi amane so nkotu funu na se no mudi anim guase mama nkwase afo we gu nanim asesa efunu no sa 5,000 na mode ma no Mama China na de ma no ana onim se Mama China ba himfie ana ode 5,000 ne ma no se onfa ma ni boys ne wo honom no eno kra no ode ma no wo se wo Mama China wani tua enti say sika 5,000 eno na mo no team legas no mo se mama ni sika so nkotu funu na mama nkwase afuoi emwe agimi fuoi omo sori anopa ne yema wi na wajiska na ka aba no sika ben na modi ama no so fa nkotu funu me pese mi hu and none of you obie no wo timi defend this asem no kwasia bia sori anu abeka ana ye ma ni sika ana ye ma omo sika na omo adihwamo ana omo adihwamo ana sika ben sa 5,000 no mi bisamo sa 5,000 na Mama China ono Mama China no kura nka ne source baby e free na wo ye te se ono ni bottom ne free a okwa ahimfie ode ma ye na ana Mama China kro ya beye ana omu ba ho bedidiye ana omu ba ho bedidiye nti obi anim se sebi nkranfo age musika puduo bi sika ben ana na mo fa evidence ma se ya ma omu sika se no se omu nkoto funu mayen timligas mi bisamo sika ben na mo de akoma nkranfo mpanifo a mo ma ya so nkwa adidie ana o magiska no madi hwamo ana sika ne kaya bo sika ben ma me brempo ma so wa mo sika na ka kire ma me brempo ma so on fa evidence ne mawo sika wo de man krafo mpanifo bibisamo ayi menhia ye kwa ye de yensapan ko bibisamo menhia mo kwa mo de monsapan na eko menhia protocol no hono mususu no omu gigi scansa na protocol no kra no wafam omu hwan mu na je bribe che menhia hwan mu na je bribe ewo ho chen wo mu ana nkranfo agiska ana sika ben se omu sama mo se sansam na mo titi media so kan mo mra na mo beyi mo ho anu a evidence ben de kra wo se wo diska bia ma ohini bi so nko tufunu ma mo didi mo wiwi mo ayi na esusu mo adaye na mo de abetena ha na obi abrante otene ba bi no on na eji anim guase se wo de ni din any ne telephone number to program so da krokura na wo gigiska na ehu se ye gigi ye ni send wa bo amount no menya 10,000 men said they are moya amanfo de na enno na obetumi akase ya gigi scam mo evidence because esika mo gigi nyina ye ni tua bi wa obisi obi abedi akrantie nkwan ne ade nyina no kurampo no osusu se no kurampo no waye bi omo abedi akrantie nkwan ne ade wo fie ntimi chese wa mani sika so nkotu funu tobi anim se abrante no sebi wabeti sika ni mpanifo nyina anim se mo mani sika so metu funu ani e kahwe kire na wonti enyesa Timliga ene mone mo be brese ene se mo amre mo Timligas no mo be bre o mi mo mudua na mo be bre me di mani hwemo from afar me hwemo nkrofo bi me di mani say ana hwemo.
That's be say onya abre any adaje de hwe be video ma me pa so wa hwe wi a subscribe mami on all YouTube on all social media platforms especially YouTube ya we hwe subscribe mami o subscribing so a press notification button so say the next video na be ba no obenye bi ene wa hwe 7 Ghana TV no krenkwa me a me de nkomo de brewe be din e de Hayford 7 Ghana TV be that's be say o hwe bye bye.